Hello everybody, this is Maggie from Journaling with Maggie. I thought I would come back on and attempt to make a video. All three of my little pooches are in the room with me, and one is a very, very vigorous barker, so if he gets started I'll probably just have to turn it off and just go ahead and decorate them offline. But these tags, they are embossed. Which I think is really pretty. The only unfortunate part is because of either the width or the length of the embosser and the length or width of the tags, not everything got covered. So, but that's okay. I'll just camouflage it a little bit with some flat lace or a piece of ribbon or something, and so I'm sure they'll be just fine. And I've got my little children here, my little girls, and I've got all kinds of butterflies and flowers. So let's just see what we can do and go from there. So I already did back these. I forgot that I had backed them last night. I used this children's drawing paper. It's that off color, cream color, whatever. I bought it on Amazon. I really like it. It's not really a thick paper, but it's more substantial than just the regular copy paper that we use in our computers for everyday use. And it does add some substantial weight to the tags. Now this cardstock is really thick and heavy, but the reason I backed them was it would be impossible to write on these. You can see from these that I'm not going to use it. I was just playing around. That there's lots of hills and valleys. Maybe you can see that a little bit. And it would be impossible to write on this. So since that's one of the reasons we have tags is for extra journaling space, then it wouldn't work without a backing. So let's just get started. I'm just doing these at random. I've got some pink ones and some white ones, and to fill in a couple of these other sorts of tags here if we need to use them. So let's just start with this pink one here. This one I think is going to need something down the side. And maybe I can make this the top. So I'm going to cut this. And go around the corners. Okay. Alright, got all kinds of little doodads over here. I do have this piece of ribbon that's been floating around on my desk, so let's see if that would fit here for the first one. Yes, that would work just fine. Now, because this is bumpy, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac on it. I wouldn't necessarily do that, but I think it might be necessary for this. I could be wrong. Like I said, I am no expert, and I don't claim to be. I'm just going by my limited experience. Okay, so now we got that down, and I think that's pretty. We'll cut off the extra. Okay, now what else do we want on here? Probably definitely want one of these little girls. But which one? She can't be too wide. This one may be just right. What do you think? I think she looks pretty good on there. We are going to incur, these do have a wider border on them, this white border. I don't really care for that, but when I cut them out on my brother's scan and cut, I try to either leave a very little border or none at all. I think I bought these off of Amazon. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm gonna, I try to keep track of where I get everything. I've known from watching videos that it's helpful to know where creators get things from. So if you have the desire to purchase them, you can. Okay, now we need something else. We need something else on here. This is that Sticka Ballistes. I'm sorry, the way this is written, I just really can't tell if that's what it says, this word right here. Maybe you know, maybe you've used these before. Anyways, the Vintage Storage sticker pack by the Paper Studio. And these were on sale when I got them, but I do really like them. I like them better than a lot of the other stickers that I have acquired. Okay, so I need a butterfly. It can't be too big. Well, I'm not having any luck. Nothing just strikes up at me. I stepped away from my phone. From the camera for a minute. I'm sorry, I'm back. Alright, I found a little sticker here we can try to use. Hopefully I can get it off you here. Okay. I'll put this butterfly down right here. I'll put these aside because I'll probably be needing them again. And I think I'll put our little girl down right here. And again, I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac because I do want it to stick. Better cover it up next time or I really like Fabri-Tac, and there's been journals when that's the only glue that I've used for them. But I found that some of the other glues work just as well for most things. And the Fabri-Tac is a little bit on the pricey side. Not that bad. It's really not that bad. But if you don't cap it off right away, I mean, it sure does get finicky. Alright, so now I just need a little word, and I don't know if there's something else I can use over here. You are loved. Now I'm going to come back through after I get these decorated and just put a hole in here. Because these are so thick, I really don't think I need to put an eyelet in them, so I don't think that I will. But for now, I'm just going to set them aside and go to the next one. Okay, so this one's in pretty good shape. It doesn't need a lot of embellishment to cover anything up. Out of the way. I'm kind of running a little bit out of room right now. I've got my all my stuff here on one side of me, and I've got my computer on my left side, and my jug of iced tea. And when I say jug, I do mean jug. And my computer and all sorts of other things. I don't like my desk to be like this. I work better when there's some organization of some sort, and I'm not feeling that right now. I hope everybody's doing good. I am just fine. I'm happy. I couldn't ask for more, really. I'm very satisfied with life. God is good. Again, if you like this video, please stay around and subscribe and like. I really would appreciate that. I really want this channel to grow. I want to make friends with some of you out there that are part of this crafting and jug journaling world, and I do want to be a blessing and to share with others what this journey has meant to me and how much it's helped me, and it can help you as well. Alright, let's put it on this side. Put some lace. It's flat, it won't take up any room to speak of. This is already starting to gunk up on me a little bit. You Fabri-Tac, behave yourself. I just think this embossing is so pretty and adds so much. There's some other folders that I really like better as far as the pattern goes, but I thought this was more appropriate. It's very pretty. Okay, none of my oh, what did I do with them? I can't even find them. None of my little childish sayings would fit on here. They're all pretty big. And I do have my quotes. This is really like way too much stuff that I've got out here. See if there is anything appropriate that is small enough. Not really, they're all on the bigger side. Alright, well, we'll just put a label or something, that's okay. Alright, so let's find another little one to put on here. Oh, she's awfully cute. She's pretty tall. She's awfully cute. She's kind of shy looking, like, I don't really want my picture taken, Mom. Oh, she's cute. I'm just going to put her on here. I do have a word here, sunshine, and one is dream. Maybe I'll put one of those. If you have time, please leave me a comment where you might be watching from. One of my viewers left her name with where she was watching from. I think her name was Denise. I should have written it down. And she was watching from the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. Now, I'm not from the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. I did live in Michigan for many, many years, but often went into the Upper Peninsula. It's so beautiful. Michigan is a very beautiful state. Of course, you don't have your hills and your mountains, and you don't have your beaches. You have the Great Lakes, but you know, it's not the same. A lake is not the same as the ocean. So, but we used to go up there and camp once in a while, and we made a couple of trips, well, I'm sure more than a couple of trips to Mackinac Island. One day I'll tell you a story about the Mackinac Bridge, but not today. But at any rate, I really appreciated her doing that, and it brought back, just hearing her tell me, just reading where she was from, brought back memories to me, some things I hadn't thought about in a long time. So that was really nice. I really liked that. I would like to get to know whoever you are, where you may be watching from. Sunshine. Maybe we need a little flower there, a tiny flower. Oh, I didn't see this looking butterfly before. Okay. Now I wish I would have made these a little bit wider, but I didn't. So there's number 2, and we've been here for, well, 12 minutes. That's not too bad. All right, let's see if here's one that's fatter. And I think I'll go this way because it's kind of got a gap up there. I hope everybody's well. This last winter we've had so much bad weather across the country, and I know people have been ill. There's outbreaks of different diseases that are going around. So if you're well and you have a roof over your head and food on the table, those are big blessings. Some people lost so much this year. My heart goes out to them. I've said prayers for them, remembered them in my prayers. You know how, I don't know, whoever may be watching, if you're a person of faith who believes in prayer. I do believe in prayer, and I am a person of faith. And oftentimes, with all good intentions, we do tell somebody, well, I will pray for you, I'll remember you in my prayers. And pretty soon those lists become so long, we can't remember everybody that we said we would pray for. And I know some people do write those things down. Unfortunately, I don't. I think I went through a time in my life when I did, but I haven't in recent years. So anyway, I've learned when I pray for people, I ask the Lord, you know, that I remind him that he knows, or I don't need to remind him of anything, but you know what I mean. I'm just trying to get a point across that he knows my heart. He knows those people that have requested prayer and that I've requested prayer for, and that I can't remember their names or exactly what their requests were. So I ask in Jesus' name that to take those prayers, those needs, those petitions before the Father for me. And I know that he does. I know that he does. And that is a great comfort, because we are humans. We can't possibly remember everything, and we would like to. I know there's times that I'd like to. Who was that person I said I would pray for? And I can't remember. And so we're very fallible. And God knows that. He understands where we're at. He knows what our shortages are, and he wants to help us. So I trust that he helps me with my prayer request, and I know that he does. So if any one of you need prayer, please let me know. My daughters are both women of God, and I appreciate them so very much. I love them so very much because they've chosen to serve the Lord. She might go better on a white, pinker one, but I don't know if I have any pink fat ones. Oh, I think I like her in this pink one. Alright, I can change my mind. I have to be careful because this is a tag. I don't want all kinds of things sticking off of it. Let's just maybe go just like this. What do you think? I colorized her little waistband there with some pink watercolor pen. This is why I really prefer to decorate things off camera, because it takes me a minute. Alright, let's just go with that. It takes me a minute. So I'm probably only going to decorate maybe one more after this. Like I said, I just wanted to make this a short video. Once these tags are decorated and my my journaling cards are sorted through, and everything's placed in their pockets other than the cover, this journal will be finished. And I want to add some lace to some of the pages. When I first started making journals, I thought every page had to have lace, just like every page had to, all the corners had to be rounded. And but I would run out of the lace, and it gets expensive. Of course, I'm not, or I haven't been on a platform to sell my journals. I would like to in the past, just because I'd like to find them a home for somebody to enjoy. Every journal I make, I try to make it with a thought in mind. Would I enjoy this journal if I purchased it? So I try to put some thought and care into all the journals that I make. And Best Life. So that was getting to be kind of expensive and tedious as well. It took a lot of time. Definitely took time to round all the corners and all the pages of a journal. It took time and money to put lace on every page. So I gave some of those things up in pursuit of other things. I still enjoy putting lace on some of the pages. I like to see things stick out of the top and the bottom of a journal. I think it's fun and lovely. So yes, I do enjoy that. Okay, so there's 3. Like I said, I'll put in my holes and put a topper on them, and also I'll ink these off camera. Alright, now let's go back to this little fat white one. Or at least it's fatter than the other ones. What do I have? Oh, this is a cute little one. She's not cut out all the way. Here's a cute one. Look at this little girl and her dog. We have 7 dogs in our household. 3 are mine, 4 are my daughters and son-in-laws. They have 2 black German shepherds. They're brothers. They came from the same litter. They're beautiful dogs, and they're so smart and so good. She has a little Chihuahua mixed dog that she rescued, I should say. And she also has a little Maltese that she rescued a few years ago. And her dogs have all become very acclimated to the baby. They're very protective of her. The one little dog, the one little Chihuahua mix, Spud, he's extremely protective of her. I wouldn't say protective in a way that he barks at anybody that comes near her. It's not like that. It's that he just watches over her, and if somebody new is holding her or doing anything to her, he's right there watching them to make sure that she is okay. He also learned on his own to cover her up with a blanket when she was a little bit younger. And her little Maltese, she could take her or leave her, you know, she's not, as long as she continues to get her way about everything, then she's perfectly fine. The shepherds are also very good with the baby. Now my 3, on the other hand, both of my female dogs, I have 3 dogs. One's a Chihuahua mix that she was a rescue when she was just a few months old, and the other little one, her name is Nellie. The Chihuahua's name is Annabelle, and then there's Nellie, who's a little Pomeranian, who's also rescued. Her and Nellie were rescued together. They lived in the same home. And I really didn't want another dog at the time, because the dog that I had, plus Annabelle, he was a lovely little dog. He'd been by my side for, by then, almost 16 years. And he traveled all over the country with me. So he was like my very best friend. But he was old and he was sick, and I really didn't want to take on another dog. He required a lot of medical support, a lot of medicine. I knew that his time was running out, and I had made a commitment that I would not let him suffer. So I really was not in a place where I thought I should take another dog, but my daughter wanted this Maltese so badly, and this little Pomeranian was so stinking cute that I, at the rescue, because both of the dogs, their owner had died, it was an older lady, and she had passed away, and the son decided to put both of these little dogs, beautiful little dogs, in a shelter that was a kill shelter. And this rescue in Northern California found them there, and they rescued them and brought them to their rescue in Northern California. And so they were there together. And when we found them, they'd been there for a little while. I'm not sure how long they'd been there, but not too terribly long. And we decided that, she decided she really wanted that Maltese, but we knew that they would have a better chance of being adopted if they were adopted together. So I don't regret it at all. I do not regret taking Nellie. She's the sweetest little thing. I'm trying to find those childhood things, but I can't find them. You know, I should have pulled them out before I started, but I didn't. Oh well. So I took Nellie and she took Bridie, and we brought them home. Chester, he was my dog, had no problems with either one of the dogs. He was older. I mean, he was really old by this time and just didn't care. And so those two are not, my two females are no problem with the baby at all. My third dog, he's the youngest of my three. He's another Maltese. He looks a lot like Chester did, but he has a completely different personality and temperament. He's extremely bonded to me. He's really kind of a one-person dog, and would do better, or a one dog, you know, a one-on-one kind of dog. He demands a lot of attention, and he is very protective of me. He also watches over me a lot, and I do love him to pieces, but he's a barker, and he's very rambunctious. He's like a billy goat. He just jumps all over the place. So he hasn't really had any exposure to Leah or to the baby yet, because we're just afraid. We know he wouldn't hurt her. We know that, you know, from the little bit of exposure he has had to her, he took a very cautious and very gentle approach with her. So Leah's exposed, the baby is exposed to all of these animals. And the point I was trying to make, long story short, is that I think it's good for children to be exposed to animals, to learn to love them, to learn young about the cycle of life, to respect animals. We love our dogs, and they're part of the family to us, an important part of the family, every one of them. And my daughter and her husband want their baby to learn to grow to love and respect animals just as well. And I think she will. I really do think she will. That was a lot of useless words for nothing. Now you know we have all these dogs and that we are animal lovers. Like I said in my last video, my daughter and her husband were taking the baby today to see an exhibit about elephants. I'm not sure just what all it entails, but I think it's to raise awareness for sure, and possibly money as well, for kind of save the elephants. Elephants are one of those beautiful species that are endangered. So, let's see here. What do we have? What do we have here? This might be too fluffy. I'm sorry, I know I get out of frame sometimes. I haven't exactly figured out yet exactly where my camera should be looking, so that I'm always kind of centered. But like everything else, I'll figure it out. Okay, so this flower's gonna go in there. I know it's got this pearl in the middle of it, but I think it'll be okay. I'm not stuffing them. My pocket's full. And I can't find a sentiment right now that I like for this. So I will look for one off camera and put it on there. So we've made, it's been 31 minutes, going on 32 minutes. We've made 4 tags. Here's one. Here's 2. Here's 3. Here's, you can see these. 3. And here's 4. Alright, I said I was going to keep this short, so I will. I'm going to get off for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this up today or if I'm going to just let it go up tomorrow as a second little video. Anyway, thank you all for your support and for coming by to be with me. And you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye. I'll see you in the next one.